We've moved into the FM 101.9 Music Hall tonight, and my special guest is Bill Nelson, a man who started his musical career by producing an album at home called Northern Dream back in '71. Then he formed the legendary band Bebop Deluxe in '72, and after 6 releases, Bill Nelson disbanded Bebop, and since then has pursued a prolific solo career. And as a matter of fact, the career has been so prolific that I can't put a number to the releases, since I understand some of your records have been released 8 years after you produced them in England.
Not quite 8 years, but sometime afterwards, some have, yeah. About 52 albums, I think.
52 albums?
Yeah.
Wow, then I guess I better not go into a
No, we won't list
description of your discography.
It'll take on forever, yeah.
You've had quite a day, so we're really grateful that you were able to make it after this long day. Your publicist was telling me interviews in the morning, and then you had an in-store.
Right, and then a broken car on the way here.
Well, you know, that only puts a capper to the night. We would love it if you would like to play something here.
Sure. Well, this is a track from the new album. The new album's called After the Satellite Sings. And this is a backing track which I made before I came out of the States last week of that song with just the guitar and the vocals missing. So I'll be singing live and playing guitar live. And the rest's on that tape. But it's all me playing the instruments on the tape as well, so I'm not really cheating.
We have Bill Nelson here at FM 101.9 The Music Hall.
The heavenly drummer who looks up in the sky with blue eyes.
Of wild frontiers, I still recall amazing days before the wonder years. I dreamed of girl with dolphin eyes. She spoke of summer showers. We lay in fields of August gold through perfect precious hours. Drove a Cadillac in pink with turquoise fins. It flew like bird above the ground, machine with gift of wings. We lived tomorrow yesterday. Today I'm lost for words, and I no longer understand the language of the birds. Light me some lamps, please give me a clue. I'm all mood swings and roundabouts, turnarounds too. Suffer in silence, almost away, almost away. Was Duke of Wonderland in search of wild frontiers. I still recall amazing days before the wonder years. I dreamed of girl with dolphin eyes. We spoke of summer showers, laying fields of August gold like perfect precious flowers.
Bill Nelson here in the FM 101.9 Music Hall.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, there's been a question that's been burning on my lips for I don't know how many years, but I was a big fan of Bebop Deluxe. What happened?
Oh, gosh, it's a long time ago, you know.
I know.
Well, as I said, I've done 52 albums. So Bebop Deluxe is a very small part of that output.
I see now.
Basically, we were in danger of becoming a kind of a human jukebox and just turning out, you know, endless live tours of earlier albums, which I was feeling, you know, we were moving away from. And I think one of the secrets of survival in the music business, as opposed to just the music world itself, is to keep changing and keep breaking up people's expectations. Otherwise you become fixed in one thing, and you know, things are very fickle and people get bored with hearing one thing all the time. So for my own sake as well, I've liked to keep moving along. So I don't have regrets about any of those changes in the past.
What about now with all your solo albums?
Yeah.
Do you prefer being a solo artist as opposed to working with a band?
I'd like a band again. I mean, it's something that I haven't really had the opportunity to deal with properly in recent years. I went through a whole period of management hassles which occupied a lot of time, and divorce and God knows what, you know, lots of things went wrong.
Oh, you kind of wish the business end wouldn't get in the way, huh?
Yeah, but it's one of those necessary evils. I mean, I live for the music. I want to continue making music as long as I can possibly manage to do so, and to do that, you have to accommodate dealing with certain issues which aren't particularly directly relevant to the music, but they're necessary for the career and so on. So, you know, you take the rough with the smooth and try and keep a balance between the two.
A lot of people were talking to me before your appearance. We got a lot of calls from your fans, and some of them said, well, ask him why he gave up the guitar. And I said, I don't think he gave up the guitar, but I think in some of your solo records you did a lot of synthesizer work. Yeah,
I mean, I play keyboards as well as guitar. And when the synth thing became much more available, you know, just in terms of synthesizers becoming playable and affordable, it seemed to me that there was a whole thing to explore there, because the textures and the tonalities were very interesting. And the guitar, whilst it's a very expressive instrument, you know, it's one thing, and the keyboards added another dimension. So I went into the keyboard thing in quite a big way for a while. But I still played guitar in there, but I started experimenting with the sound of the guitar. And often, because it wasn't a cliched rock guitar sound, people said, well, there's no guitar on the album. And I said, well, there is, that's guitar. And they said, no, it's a synthesizer. I said, no, it's guitar. You know?
People don't understand that you can hook up a guitar to a synthesizer
Sure.
nowadays.
Well, all kinds of things you can do with the guitar that change its basic tonality, but people are used to a certain cliched rock guitar sound, which I like. You know, I can still do that, but it's also nice to explore the other avenues too, I think.
Right. This is in keeping with what you said earlier about breaking the mold.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think if you can early on establish that change is fun and that you enjoy dealing with change, then people their only expectation is that you're going to do something different on every album, and that's nice because then you're not tied down. You can try different things out.
Excellent. Well, can we hear another song?
Yeah, well, this is a sort of a instrumental piece. It's a bit late in the evening for the vocals to go.
Yes, we have to clarify that you're still on London time.
Yeah, I only arrived literally sort of last night. And got up this morning to do interviews.
You must have major jet lag, and you must be
it's
extremely exhausted.
A little wearying today, but I'm on to San Francisco tomorrow. So
I'm just amazed you're still on your feet and you're smiling.
I am too. I'm just turning my notebook over here because we've got stuff on this tape, various things to choose from. Okay, this one's called. Sorry, I keep banging the microphone. There's guitars hanging off me and stuff. It's called Moon Rocket Highway. And this is actually from 1990. It's a thing that I did a show in the open air in my hometown of Wakefield for an arts festival. And my brother, who plays saxophone, and myself, improvised to a set of tracks that I created in the studio. And this is one of them. And it's fairly sort of up-tempo, rock and roll-y kind of thing in a way.
We have Bill Nelson here in the FM 101.9 Music Hall. have Bill Nelson. This is FM 101.9, the Music Hall. And it's been such a long time since you visited the States, hasn't it?
Yeah,
It's
well,
been,
I was in
12
New
years?
New York last year, but over here for the West Coast, it's 14 years.
That long?
Yeah, 1984, the last time.
Do we have any hope of you coming back here to
I
tour?
hope so. It's not out of choice. And I stayed away, So, yeah, if people invite me back, I'll come anytime. I'm happy
You
to do
mean
that.
if we can get somebody to book you some gigs here?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah.
All right. Let's keep that thought in motion, okay? I want to thank you for dropping by.
That's okay. It's a pleasure.
It's been a real pleasure for us as well. And we thank Pat Dorn for being so patient waiting here in the engineering room. And thanks to everyone else for working the controls. This is FM 101.9